Ois Gimel. V'hinei, b'chinas kisei hanal, nimshach mib'chinas shomayim. It's going to teach now the Hashomayim kisi, that the level of Shomayim is what brings down kisi. Kisi is the level of Amshocha Lamato that brings down Lamato, and it comes from Shomayim. The Shomayim becomes the kisi for the Eibishter. Having a problem here. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out why is this not pinning. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Shomayim. So what is the level of Shomayim? The level that we're saying that you're mamshich from the level of Shomayim. Hashomayim kisi. Shomayim is what comes down into the hamshocha from Hashem into the world. So what is Shomayim? Shomayim hu tiferes the emo. Tiferes of emo. Tiferes of bina. Shomayim is a combination of eish umayim, which is chesed and gevura, and they're combined together in Shomayim, which makes chesed and gevura combined is the level of Tiferes, and that's Tiferes of Bin. Shetiferes nikra Shomayim. Tiferes is called Shomayim. Shekolu me'eish umayim, because that is included from eish and mayim, from fire and water. Sheheim chesed ugvura. So that's one thing about the Shomayim. V'gam Shomayim he makifim. And also, in addition, Shomayim are makif. The sky surrounds, circles. V'hainu tiferes the emo shenase keser luzo. So that is the level of tiferes, of bina, of emo, which becomes the keser. It becomes like a Shomayim. It becomes a makif to the zeir ampin, to the midas of atzilus, is from tiferes. The emo becomes a keser. That's why it's a Shomayim. Asher b'chinas keser hu yichida. The level of keser is the level of yichida. As he's going to explain soon, that it's a level in which there's nothing else. But the level of yichida by the person is also shu b'chinas makif. You have the level of naran, nefesh, ruach, neshama. That's the pnimius. That's the seichel amides. But the level of keser by the neshama is the level of yichida. The yichida is not dresses up in a pnimius; it stays in a makif. The makif, the yichida, hu makif haroish v'haregel b'hashvo achas. The makif of Yechida surrounds the head and the foot in one surrounding. Kameshikosu be'etz chayim shar ha'akudim perik hey b'hagoeh. What's the next word by you over here?
Mem hey ko.
Okay, it must be mimahadura kama. I'm not sure exactly. Madura Kamo. So he says, Shalochein Nikra Yechida Chulu. That's why we call it Yechida. Which means because is makif everything. It's one circle. It's one makif that makif the whole hishtalshelus, and that's why we call it yichida. And therefore, K'moi shemakif al Chabad, just like it surrounds on the Chabad the Zoh milmailo, like from on top. It starts off from Tiferes the Bina, so it's makif on the Chabad the Zoh milmailo from on top. Al derech Moshe, by way of example. Kach umakif gamke mitachas raglov milmato. So he also surrounds under the feet, under the lowest level from below. Velochein mimenu nimshach gamkein hapargud v'hamosoch shebein atzilus libria. That's why from that makiv tferes bino also extends that pargud, that curtain, and that cover that is in between atzilus and beria, because it's a one makiv from Zoh, from the Chabad of Zoh, and all the ways down to Malchus, and makes into a curtain between Atzilus and Bria. As it says in Eitz Chaim, in Shar Mem Aleph, Shahamosoch hu hachashmal shenimshach mibchinas bina. That the mosoch, they're talking about the curtain that is between Atzilus and Bria. That is called the chashmal, that comes from the level of Bina. And we're talking about over here from Tiferes to Bina. Mevur b'horamaz soif parshis Yisrei b'daf ein ches. So soid hachashmal hu b'Tiferes, that the secret, what is the chashmal, is in Tiferes. Whether bein the ema, bein the Zoh. There is the chashmal in the level of Bina, and there's also chashmal in the level of Zeirampin. Nimtzo. So it turns out shahar mosoch hanal nimshach mitiferes de ema, that the above mosoch between Atzilus and Beria comes from Tiferes de ema of Bina. V'zohu, and this is what it says, Hashamayim Mamesh Kisi. So this is all in the parenthesis, that the Shamayim, which is Tiferes de Zoh, that becomes the Kisi, the Mamshich, because it also creates that Mosach to bring down from Atzilus to Bia. Still in the Eitz Chaim Perek Aleph, it says, Ba'al tita loymar kizehu ha'oir ha'makiv chulu. So Vadiri seems to say that don't make a mistake that this Mosach is the oir ha'makiv. But here we're saying l'chayra that it is the oir ha'makiv that comes from Tiferes de Bina. So he explains the Hamosach hu ha'chitzonius the Tiferes de Ema. When we talk about the Mosach between Bria, Atzilus and Bria, that's the externality, the chitzonius of Tiferes de Ema, the external part of Tiferes de Ema. V'omnom hayichida v'hamakiv dezo, but the yichida and the makiv of Zeir Ampin, who atzmi is Tiferes de Ema, that's the essence of Tiferes de Ema, not the chitzonius. Hamakif atzmoi hu hagoyrem liyes bechinas kisei mosach hanal. But still, the makif itself, the higher level, is what causes to be a kisei mosach. Let it be that it is chitzonius, but still, that is what allows for it to be the kisei and the mosach to be mamshech below. V'lochen hamosach hanal nikra rakia. That's why this mosach, I've said before, is called rakia. Kinoida, as we say, that's the Rokia between Atzilus and Bria. Kinoida me'inyan yihi Rokia chulu v'yihi mavdil chulu. V'lochei nikra gam ki in Gan Eden misivta de Rokia. That's why Gan Eden is also called the Academy of the Rokia. Lifi shehatainug hanimshach began Eden, because the delight that extends into Gan Eden, nimshach al yidei b'chinas Rokia hanal, that comes through the level of the above Rokia that is between Atzilus and Bria. Ba'ayim ashekosu mizeh b'dibur hamaschil, kol miflegi b'mesiv to the Rokia in b'heres chul. V'agam shenemar umimal Rokia dumus kisei. So here he says, in the pasuk over there, it says above the Rokia is the image of a kisei. Right now, we're trying to say that the kisei is the Rokia. That is the Rokia, which is the mavdil. And over there, we talk about in the pasuk that it's mimal Rokia. Ach kiyesh kama b'chinas misochim ben olam le'olam. There's various different covers between world and the world. Yesh shenikra Rokia, yesh shenikra kisei. So there's different. There's called the Rokia and called the kisei. So could be ma'al Rokia, the mus kisei. So notwithstanding that Rokia and kisei really function as mosach, they're both partitions. They're both good, but still there could be different meaning. Ba'ayin b'migdash melech parshas noyach. Daf Ayin Aleph Amud Beis, B'sei Parshas Vayigash, Ubeitz Chaim Shar Kisei Hakol. So what is the Kisei? So that they explain now the idea of the Kisei, but the Shamayim, the Kisei. But it says, V'hu Gamkin HaGoyrem Shenishpal HaGuf B'b'chinas Achurayim Leishev Ala Kisei. That is also what causes the body to lower in the back, to sit, lower your back to sit on the chain, on the kisei. Umi'irin hamidos, and then the midos shine derech hamosoch, through the curtain, which is also created from this shomayim, from the tiferes the bina. So the midos, the midos of zoh, come through the mosoch. Sheyuchal liyas b'chinas hashpos chazdoi began Eden b'chinas ziv, so that there can be the hashpah of chesed, of zeir api, the chesed, in a way of ziv, to come through, break through the curtain to the mesif to the rakia, that breaks through the rakia, to give them the level of tainug, the level of ziv over there. So this is between Atzilus and Bria. V'hinei gam bein arich la'atzilus, also between Keser, which is arich, and Atzilus. Yes, gam ke b'chinas parsa. There is also a parsa. Tiferes. I think they moved the clock today, so it's an hour early. The kids are getting up here for school. Okay, you realize you're an hour early. Okay. V'negam bein arich la'atzilus yesh gamkein b'chinas parsa. So there's also a level of parsa between arich, between keser and atzilus, which is tiferes the arich keser lavo. The tiferes of the level of arich becomes a keser for chokhmah or bina of atzilus from the higher level of atzilus. V'ayim ashekosu b'biur al posik al kol kveit chuppah. V'ayim b'parshas noyach daf samachei amud aleph. How are we mamshich this higher level, or this level of a shamayim kisi, that comes through the person's level of tshuvei law? V'hinei hamshochas b'chinas hashamayim kisi hanal. How are we mamshich the level of shamayim kisi that we're talking about, the feres, the ema? which is Uso the liba. That's the rotzin halev. That shezehu b'chinas hakeser the Knesset Yisrael shu b'chinas yichida. That's the level of keser of Knesset Yisrael, which is the level of yichida. Which means through the person's yichida, which is his keser, you're mamshich the level of the keser, the rakia, whether it's for Tiferes the Ema or it's the keser of Arich, Tiferes the Arich. It all comes through Tshuva Lo B'chol Meidecha, through the keser of the Knesset Yisrael. V'ayim b'dibra maschil kal kol kveit chupa anal, v'aposik mekoshes b'inyan, oisim ritzenu shamok. Shemetoi kef rotzen zeh shemulka deliboi. Because the force of this desire from the depth of the heart, azai ein yochel liyes b'moichoi shum hirur v'rotzen achad. There can be in his mind no thought or any other will. Because he has such a forceful desire and rotzen for Hashem, there could be no other rotzen there. And that's why Al-Kain Nikra Yechida. That's why we call it Yechida. Why? She'ein b'libay elo echad. That he has in his heart, there's only one. When a person is led for capital offenses, he has no thought, no other desire. He has only one desire, lahatzil nafshay. He wants to save his life. They're taking him out to capital punishment. So what does he want? He has only one thing. He wants to save his life. This desire. Because this is important, it touches the essence of his soul. So therefore, it fills his whole mind, his whole heart. It surrounds him from head to toe. Ad to the extent there's no other will. He can't think about anything else. He doesn't want anything else. All what he wants is to save his life. That's the level of yichida of the nefesh, where there is no other rotzid but to Hashem. But if we're talking about other wills, if you talk as opposed to when we're talking about a desire which does not touch so much till squeezing out of the soul, which means to the depth of the soul. Even though it's something that's very important to his. As for example, when he has a rotzin and he occupies himself in his livelihood, still he can have another will. It doesn't fully, it's not yichida, it's not the only rotzen. He has a big rotzen. It's very important to him. But when you're putting the person to death, he wants to save himself, then he has only one rotzen. He doesn't care about anything else. Similar, we also understand the level of yichida lakus. Ad shanefesh mamish ve'ad b'chlal. The rotzin touches to the extent that the soul, up till the soul and including the soul, the person ad she'ein loy shum rotzin achar klal uklal minyonei elam hazachul. He has no other desire at all from any matters of this world. All what he wants is godliness. That's the only rotzen. That's yichida. That's the level of yichida. And this is the pasuk says mikfirim yichidosi. The pasuk until him he says kfirim from the wild animals. What the one that rip you up is yichidosi, my only one. That's the level of yichida. Lochein, because you are the bechol ma'itcha, because you're using the level of your yichida. Al yidei zeh mamshichim gamkin lemailo bechinas yichida v'keser dezo. We also bring down the level of yichida and keser dezo. The level of sheyiyah hashamayim kisi, that there should be the shamayim kisi. V'lochein am nikra bechinas shuva ilo bina. Sometimes we call it bina because that's eimo ilo. Opam nikra keser, and sometimes we call it keser because it is the tiferes the bina. Hainu tiferes the ema shenase keser lezo. That's the tiferes of ema, which becomes a keser lezo. So it's the level of bina, but in bina itself, it's the level of tiferes, which becomes the keser for zo. Val derech ze nikra shara chamishim de bina b'shem keser. Like this, similar to this, also that 50th gate of Bina, the Nun Shari Bina, the 50th gate, is called Keser. Just like in this case, it's Tiferes the Ema, but the Shara Chamisha of Bina is also called, even though it's Bina, but it's also called Keser. Which goes to Mokamachar. V'ayin b'zoyer v'yikra daf tezvov amid beis, v'daf yud vov amid beis, b'inyan shuva. This is also what it means, nochoin kisachot me'oz, that your throne, this level of kised, level of bina. V'ayim hashekosuf soiv tivra maschil b'yem hashmini sholach, binyan oz tismachul. Bezohu shom razal gedoyle tshuva shemagas at kisakovet. This is what our sages of blessed memory say, that tshuva is great. It goes up till the Kisei HaKovet. This is the level of Bina. Bezohu inyan Bina mekaneno bekursayu. There's also the idea that Bina nests in the kursayu, in the chair, in the throne, the connection between the Shamayim, the Kisei, and the level of Bina. Ba'al yidei zeh, when you have the Hamshocha, the Bina mekaneno bekursayu, it goes through and is nimshach through the level of kisakovet nimshach toisus oil b'ganed. That comes additional light in Ganed. Ki ulivunosei ein misperksi. The level of bina, there's no counting, meaning there's no imagination. It's all beyond, and therefore you need to be mamshich constantly more from the level of bina into the level of Gan Eden. Over there, it goes, it's numbered. So Malchus is limited. Bina is unlimited. When you're mamshich through from Bina to Malchus, Kursaya through the, then you're nimshach al de Kursaya, nimshach beganeid mebechinas Bina. So through the Kursaya, the Shamayim Kisi, level of Kisi, it's a mamshich ganeid level of Bina, which is velitfulno in Greker mamshich. That's why Bina Tvuna called El Mabo, because you're mamshich from the level of Bina in Gan Eden, in Elam Haba. Kitzer, in a kisa parsa now, Shorsho nimshach mitiferes de Ema. The kiss, the parsa now nimshach from Tiferes de Ema. Shu keser lezo. Tiferes de Ema is a keser lezo. Hamakif, which surrounds it. V'nikra, that's called the level of Yechida. This is not only by the person, I said earlier in the Mamer, it's not by the person, that's the Yechida of Zoh. In addition, וגם בין עריך אמפין לאצילוס, between עריך אמפין לאצילוס, יש גם כפרסה שנמשך מתפרס דעריך אמפין, but there's also a parsa that comes from Tiferes Varach Ampin, שנעשה כסר לבוא, which becomes a keser to Avaim, to Chochmah Pina of Atzilus. הוא נמשך על ידי תשובה אלוה בכל מועדיך, יחידה שאין לסבל שום רצון אחר כולו, נוכן כיסחו מיעוז. No, the Chevra got up here today, so I think
Okay.
we'll the Chevra making a lot of noise here, so we'll mamshich tomorrow. Mitzvah will be back.
Okay.
I'm back, so we'll mamshich tomorrow, basically.
Have a good day. Have a good day, Rabbi.